Great to have you back, CA fans. I'm Bobby Broyles, along with Kelly McCarthy for the women's edition of CA Hoops Weekly, powered by Under Armour. 3 teams are beginning to break away from the pack in the CAA race, Kelly, as we enter the final month of the regular season.
That's right, Bobby. James Madison, Drexel, and Hofstra have been on a tear lately, with all 3 teams entering the week with 7 wins. At 7-1, the Dukes are just a half game up on the Dragons and the Pride, which are tied for second. While those 3 teams are frontrunners, there are plenty of teams making noise. College of Charleston went 2-0 last week with a couple solid victories. We also had a bit of a game changer last week when William & Mary announced that Abby Rendell, their leading scorer, rebounder, and shot blocker, was done for the season after suffering an ankle injury. The Tribe is still in the thick of it, but the road just got a little harder.
Indeed, tough luck there for the Tribe. As we break down some of the matchups, we'll begin with a big one Friday night on CA.TV at 7 as Hofstra plays host to James Madison. Potentially a lot on the line in this one, Kelly.
First place is on the line in this one, Bobby. With a postponement a couple weeks ago, JMU will have a game in hand over Hofstra for the rest of the regular season. So it's important for both teams to establish themselves in this one, as the series might ultimately decide the regular season champions. But let's stick with Friday. The Dukes are going into the Max Sports Complex, where Hofstra is 9-0 this season. The Pride loves to be at home and have been playing some solid team basketball lately. Over the last couple games, though, they've hit some spots where they could go cold. James Madison is going to take advantage of a scoring drought, so the Pride shooters like Crystal Luciano and Kelly Loftus need to be solid in shot selection. Hofstra also has to figure out how to stop Jasmine Guathme. 7 straight games of 20 or more points, 10 straight games in double figures, fire emojis, can't even begin to describe how hot she is right now. This is going to be a good one on Friday, and will be even better 9 days later when these 2 teams rematch live on the American Sports Network.
Looking ahead to Sunday's afternoon games at 2 o'clock, College of Charleston welcomes Drexel on CA.TV. 2 teams coming off strong weeks in this one.
That's right. Drexel has won 5 straight, including a big win over Hofstra last weekend. The Cougars had 2 wins last weekend after shuffling the lineup a little bit and bringing Bree Bolden off the bench. Sometimes you just need to shake things up.
Yep.
Head coach Candace M. Jackson did that, and the Cougs responded. Bolden is the Cougars' top player. She averaged a double-double last weekend and earned Player of the Week honors. But Kelsey Booth is beginning to emerge a little more, and rookie Deja Logan has had a great couple games. As for Drexel, they shoot a lot of threes, Bobby.
Yep.
A lot of threes. But CFC plays pretty solid perimeter defense and may get the Dragons off their game. Drexel will try to slow the tempo down with some zone defense, but if the Cougars can get the ball inside, they may have the advantage.
Also at 2 on Sunday, Elon travels to Delaware. These 2 teams are sitting in the middle of the pack right now in the CA standings.
Both Elon and Delaware are kind of in the same boat right now. They've had some really great wins and some not so good losses. The last couple games, neither team has shot the ball well and haven't seemed to be playing their game. It's a new week, though. Time to shake it off. Defense is key for both teams. Elon's goal is to keep opponents under 35% shooting, and they're going to force shots. Have hands and faces, you name it, they're going to do it. With that, they need to make sure they are limiting second chance opportunities for Delaware. The Blue Hens are a good rebounding team, especially with Makeda Nicholas and Nicole Anabosi underneath. Elon's Shea Burnett is another player that crashes the boards hard. Burnett is a guard, but has been the leading rebounder for the Phoenix 11 games this season. She's also not afraid to drive to the rim, and if the Blue Hens foul her, she's one of the top free throw shooters in the league. This is going to be an important game, and both teams know that. We can expect the best from both on Sunday.
Now here's a look at the rest of this week's schedule around CAA women's basketball. CASports.com will have all the information you need regarding links to live stats, video, and audio coverage this week.
You can also continue to follow the league on Facebook and Instagram by searching CA Sports, and we're also on Twitter at CA Basketball using the hashtag CA Hoops.
The CA.TV crew was on campus last week at Drexel. You can check out the sights, sounds, and highlights from our coverage last week in Philadelphia on our CA Sports Overtime blog. And be sure to bring your appetite and check out this week's In Focus feature on the Dragons. That will be available on CASports.com.
Sarah Curran, all CA forward or Food Network star? You decide.
I'm looking very forward to that one. The CA.TV crew will be on the road again this week, heading to the College of Charleston. CA's Overtime blog will have all the sights, sounds, and highlights from the Palmetto State. And be sure to check out both Full Court Press and In Focus features next week on the Cougars.
Shrimp and grits, Bobby. Shrimp and grits.
Sticking with the food theme, I like it.
Yes, sir.
That is it from us today. We will see you here next week for another edition of CA Hoops Weekly, powered by Under Armour. Enjoy the games, everyone.